Just when it seems like we've seen every version of LeBron James, he continues to redefine what longevity and adaptability in basketball looks like. He continues to evolve. Now, at 40 years old, alongside Luka Doncic, we're witnessing yet another transformation, a new chapter in his unparalleled career. LeBron isn't just playing at an elite level this late into his career, he's fundamentally changing how we define longevity in the NBA. Most players start to decline significantly in their mid-30s, but LeBron has continued to find ways to adjust, refine, and expand his game to remain dominant. His ability to transform himself depending on the era, his team's needs, and the competition around him is what separates him from every other superstar we've seen. Let's take a look at how LeBron has evolved over the years to become the most transformative superstar we've ever seen. To understand just how far LeBron has come, we have to go back to the early days of his career, specifically the 2008-2009 season, which was the first year he won MVP. This version of LeBron was pure, raw athleticism at its peak. He was 6'8", 250 pounds of muscle, faster than most guards, stronger than most big men, and able to jump out of the gym. This was a version of LeBron that relied heavily on his physical gifts, overpowering defenders with brute strength, speed, and agility. He was getting to the rim at will, finishing through contact, and playing with an intensity that made him nearly unstoppable in transition. At this point in his career, LeBron's skill set was still being refined, but the foundation was there. His jumper was inconsistent and his free throw shooting wasn't elite, but none of it really mattered because of the way he could bulldoze his way to the basket whenever he wanted. This was also the period where his defense really started to take off. He had the lateral quickness to guard perimeter players, the size to hold his own against bigs, and the athleticism to be an elite help defender. By this time, he was already an All-NBA first-team performer, proving that he was more than just a physical specimen, he was a legit two-way force. Then came the Miami years, where LeBron took his game to an entirely new level. This was when he fully realized his potential and became arguably the most complete basketball player the game has ever seen. By this point, LeBron's intelligence on the court had caught up to his physical gifts. He had become the master at controlling the pace of the game, reading defenses, and exploiting every weakness in his opponents. His efficiency skyrocketed, his field goal percentage reached career highs, his shot selection became more refined, and he figured out how to maximize his strengths without wasting energy. The Heat version of LeBron was also when we saw some of his most iconic moments. The legendary Game 6 in Boston in 2012, the block on Thiago Splitter in the 2013 finals, and the game-winning drive over the Pacers in the same postseason were just a few examples. His ability to control games on both ends of the floor at the highest level was simply unmatched. LeBron's return to Cleveland marked another shift in his game. The NBA was evolving rapidly with the rise of three-point shooting and teams relying more on perimeter play. LeBron, as always, adapted to the times. This version of LeBron was an absolute basketball savant. He had seen every defensive scheme, every coverage, and every attempt to slow him down, and by this stage of his career, he had an answer for everything. He was still athletically dominant, but his mind had become his most powerful weapon. His leadership was also at an all-time high. He understood how to manage egos, how to get the most out of his teammates, and how to balance his own scoring with playmaking. It was also the first time he truly relinquished control as a primary ball handler, allowing Kyrie Irving to take over in key moments. The 2016 finals showcased this perfectly. Kyrie actually took more shots than LeBron, but it was LeBron's ability to dictate the game that put Cleveland in a position to win. The 2016 NBA Finals cemented his legacy. The 3-1 comeback, the block on Andre Iguodala, the triple-doubles and dominant performances in games 5 through 7 all solidified him as one of the greatest to ever do it. Then came the 2018 season, where LeBron put together arguably the greatest individual playoff run in NBA history. He carried a weak Cavaliers roster to the finals, hitting game winners against Indiana and Toronto, dropping 51 points in Game 1 of the finals, and averaging over 31 points per game in the postseason. This was LeBron at his absolute peak in terms of skill and IQ. LeBron's transition to the Lakers brought yet another transformation. With the league now fully embracing pace and space basketball, LeBron adjusted once again. He became the Lakers' full-time point guard in 2020, leading the NBA in assists and orchestrating an offense that led to a championship. He picked apart defenses with his passing, controlled the tempo like a maestro, and proved that he could win playing any style of basketball. 2 years later, he took on a completely different role as a center under Frank Vogel. No matter what his team needed, he found a way to deliver. As his natural athleticism has slightly declined, LeBron has found new ways to remain elite. His deep shooting has improved, his post-game has expanded, and his ability to read defenses has only sharpened. Even at 40 years old, he's still evolving. Now, for really the first time in his career, LeBron is playing alongside a true superstar in Luka Doncic, who is handling the majority of the playmaking duties. Instead of forcing his usual role, LeBron has seamlessly adjusted into more of an off-ball threat. He's excelling as a cutter, using his IQ to find gaps in the defense and finishing plays with ease. He's become a legitimate catch-and-shoot threat, stretching the floor and making defenses pay for leaving him open. And despite taking fewer on-ball reps, he's still finding ways to dominate in transition and create opportunities for his teammates. Defensively, he's embraced a new challenge as well, allowing him to conserve energy on that end of the floor. The Lakers have had the best defense in the league over the past 25 games, where he's anchoring the Lakers' backline and at the heart of everything from guarding one-on-one on the perimeter, being a disruptor in the passing lanes, and offering elite support as a help man. His ability to read plays, rotate at the right moments, and make key defensive stops has enabled the Lakers to be in the mix for the second seed in the brutal Western Conference, despite not having a top-tier big man. At 40 years old, LeBron is still playing at an All-NBA level. His ability to reinvent himself time after time, year after year, is something we may never see again. Throw in the fact that at Team USA, he's always transformed into a Swiss Army knife and done whatever the team needs. We need to appreciate this while we can, because this is literally history in the making. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell because new uploads are coming every week. My name's Damian Peters, and I'll see you on the next video.